Hello and welcome to the OBS tutorial. Today we're gonna go over the settings in OBS, how to install, what to do when you've installed it to get good quality, how to know what settings you should use, and so on. I will start off to say this tutorial will probably be pretty long, so I don't know if I will have to do this in 2 parts or not, but we'll see. So to start off, you will open your web browser. You will go into um, OBS obsproject.com. You will get to this page. Press download. You can download the installer or the binaries. I usually go for the binaries because I use test versions often because I've used OBS since the beginning of when Jim started to release it. Jim is the guy who made all of this and he made it by himself. I still think he does, and I talk to him often when he releases test releases and stuff like that. But on this tutorial we will use the installer. So you press that, wait for the 5 seconds, let it download. Shouldn't take too long. When that is downloaded, you do what you do with every installer, you start it. Next, agree. This is not the ordinary place where it gets installed, but I install my OBS to my documents because I use I have a USB that I take with me when I'm not using my own computer. So I will close this for now and ignore these two because that's because I already have it installed at another place. But so what you will, when you start OBS, this will be empty and you will have nothing at all in here. So basically what you will start off with, you right click in this box and click add scene. I'll delete this one just to show you again. Yes, right click, add scene. You can name it whatever you like. For this one, let's just name it that's. Press OK. I usually press preview stream. That way you will see what OBS is seeing. Right now it's nothing. So what you start off with, you go to add software capture, and this is where it records your screen. So let's just take it and name it screen for now. I have 2 screens, so I can select what screen. For this one I will use number 1. And this if you take this one, you can use window capture. For example, you just want to capture your browser or a windowed game or whatever, but then you can use that. But I wouldn't recommend it because you will use another feature later in the tutorial, or I will show you another feature in the tutorial where you can use for windowed games and such. So let's start off with monitor capture. As you can see, it captured my screen, and this is what OBS is seeing. So whatever you put in here, OBS will see. As you can see, it will see anything that is on your window, on your desktop. Except for my little thing down here. I don't know if you can see it even, but yeah. I have a little rocket dock thing down here, and OBS can't see that. I don't know why actually, and there is some programs that OBS can't see either, and it's a pain in the ass for those, but you don't have to use those programs, so it doesn't matter. Alright, let's go into the settings tab, and this is why the tutorial will be pretty long, because I will try to explain everything. So in the generals tab, this is pretty much self-explanatory. Language, English, yeah, Danish, Polish, Finnish or Sumi. I use English because even though I speak some of the other languages, I use English. It's easier. excuse me. Um, this is so you can decide, you can name your profile if you want to. Now, I don't do that. I don't know why, but I don't. So let's go into the encoding tab. So, quality balance. Quality balance controls the CRF parameter in X264 codec. And this generally controls the CRF with the static images or static scenes are encoded at. So if you specify a quality of 10 over here, the static images, like if you put a picture there, a still picture or a still image or whatever, the quality will be very good. But if you then want to play a game, then 10 isn't the best settings unless you have a very high bit rate and buffer size. So I usually use between 6 and 8, but depending. In my experience on my setup, that's the best setting. So, you, by the way, you shouldn't go under 5 unless you have a very poor computer, a very slow computer. But yeah. So the max bit rate. This basically tells the X264 to target this bit rate in kilobytes per second or kbps. And the actual bit rate will be varied depending on the complexity of the scene. If there's a lot of things going on the screen, the bitrate might go over the setting you have right here, and it might not always be up to, in my case, 2600. But yeah, this is the one you have to play around with yourself depending on your connection and blah blah blah. So the max you can set here is, let's say you have 10 megabits upload speed. Upload speed is the only thing we're gonna talk about. So you have 10 megabytes upload speed. That's, or 10 megabits, sorry. That's about 10,000, not always. But then you should take away 15%, which in this case is 8500. But that's a very high bit rate. There, you will pretty much never need that high. For 720p, you can go as low as around 1500, even lower sometimes, depending on the quality balance and everything. But in my case, I use 2600. I like that setting on my setup, and so on. And the same for buffer size. You can it ties closely with the bit rate. If there's like a sudden change, these frames are buffered together with the new frames and the old frames. So it kind of like a YouTube video, it preloads a bit. That's why there's always delay on streams, like 5 seconds, sometimes even more, sometimes less. But pretty much 5 seconds is normal, and up to 15 seconds is normal, depending on to what server you're streaming. But so I usually keep those at the same setting. So I don't know, I've always done that. Sometimes, very rarely, I've changed them up, but it doesn't matter really. Just keep them kind of close unless you want to try something out and stuff like that. So, audio encoding. This is the codecs you can use in OBS, MP3 and AAC, or AAC, or yeah. The MP3 is it's like it's faster than AAC, but it has a lower quality. Which means if you want to use MP3 with the same quality as AAC, you need to bump the bit rate. So the standard setting is AAC, and I think the standard setting is 128 bit rate, and I haven't changed it. A lot of people are changing it to 192 or even more, but you don't have to. This is enough for most people. And remember, if you have maybe a 5 megabit upload speed and you use maybe 4000 max bit rate, it doesn't calculate the audio bit rate. So this is, you need to multiply these two together to get the real bit rate. And that's pretty much it for this tab. And let's go. No, I don't want to apply those. So this is to what mode you want to do. Do you want to live stream? Do you want to record? For this tutorial, we want to live stream. Streaming service for me, it's Twitch. You can use a custom, like if you use YouTube. That's when you choose the custom, and there's the other. But in this case, Twitch. I need to choose server. For me, I need to use the EU because I'm in the EU. Choose the server that is closest to you. In my case, actually, the Frankfurt is the closest one, but I'm getting really bad performance on that one, so I use either the Amsterdam or the London, UK. Now, to find your stream key, you need to go to Twitch's website. So that's instead of having to type your password for Twitch and stuff like that, you just use your stream key. And how you get to your stream key is if you're logged into Twitch, like I am right here.
This guy's painted exactly like you.
You go to
You must
literally
go.
the exact same.
You go to twitch.tv/broadcast. And then you get this screen here. You press this key, or this button, or whatever. Press show key. You copy that, and copy, and then you paste it here. I use auto reconnect 10 seconds. That's when, if you lose connection to the server you're streaming to, it will try to reconnect in 10 seconds. This is the delay. I never use that. You can do it, but I never use it. Low latency mode. It's kind of like yeah, if you want to try low latency, blah blah blah. And this is the dashboard link to your Twitch. So let's see, it's this one. Your dashboard link is, you go to your you press your name, logged in name here, and press dashboard, and this is your dashboard link. So twitch.tv/broadcast/dashboard. Copy that. Paste. Save the file. This is if you're recording. You can also save the file if you're live streaming, but it's saved on Twitch, so you don't have to. This is pretty explains itself. Like, you want to start the stream with a hotkey, do that. You want to stop the stream with a hotkey, you do that. I don't use it, so it doesn't matter to me. Next tab, video tab. So here you can choose what you want to do. You can use monitor. You want to stream your first monitor or second monitor.